But I feel like arranged marriages probably last longer than people who are trying to marry on their own accord. Only because I feel as if here in the States, what, divorce rate like 50% or something? Like, from the arranged marriages that I know, the few people, they stick together. Alright guys, so today's topic is arranged marriage. It's a heavy topic, but why do we feel about arranged marriage? It doesn't really happen as much, but I'm sure it still happens. How do we feel about it?
It's a weird place, it's a weird situation to be in, if you're the woman who does not want to experience an arranged marriage, or if either being forced to be in an arranged marriage, or, just don't want to do it, period. So I don't know, I just think that it's just a weird position to be in.
I feel like when people are forced to love someone that they don't want to love, it doesn't last. And that means all their life they have to work twice as hard to please the person. As a woman, imagine me being somehow they arrange a marriage for me to marry a man. I know I don't love this man. Every day, looking at him, I'm angry, I'm hurt inside. But I have no choice than to just do right. And even whenever you guys are like sexually active, you don't even feel it because you're like, this is not the person I want to be with. I feel like that's the violation of the Bible.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And just imagine if you have a family, like kids with this person, and it makes you kind of resent not only the mate, but then you look at your children differently as well.
Yeah, I usually see it more as a negative thing. I watched a show on Naija MTV. Great show, MTV Sugar, Love It for Life. This last season, they just ended it. One of the girls, her name is Mo, was an intelligent young girl, 20-something years old, and her parents forced her to marry the landlord because the dad couldn't afford the rent anymore. So in exchange of the rent, he gave his daughter to marry this guy. She had to fight him off. And it was so sad to see such a woman who wants to get engineering come to the United States to be something big that her parents think it's, no, you need to marry somebody, going back to tradition of marrying someone that is the landlord. And because of you as a parent, you didn't get the rent together, that I gotta be forced to be with this old ass man.
Yeah.
You use your daughter, sell your daughter just because you couldn't afford to pay. Like, the negative parts, that's an example.
I feel like the negative outweighs
all the way, yeah. Because as a woman, it's like, what am I? Yeah, I'm the birth. I have to run the house. I have to take care of the children with somebody that I don't know. That's like you're a stranger.
But I think that this is my personal opinion, I don't have the numbers for this, but I feel like arranged marriages probably last longer than people who are trying to marry on their own accord. Only because I feel as if here in the States, what, divorce rate like 50% or something? Like, from the arranged marriages that I know, the few people, they stick together.
And but there's also a whole condition though.
Let me also say this. I know I'm going to probably get like what I'm about to say.
It's okay.
Marriage, I don't really think for the longest time in history has been about love. I think it's now in our era we're trying to make marriage about love and romance. But back in those days, for a majority of civilization, people were married for survival. People were married because of to not go to war. People were married because of money. People were married because of peace.
Yeah.
And I feel like now we're trying to change it. And I think that's why, like, I know we're not talking about divorce, but I think that's why arranged marriages now isn't really like looked at in a positive outlook.
I mean, I understand, like, you're right, like, most of those marriages are last one, but at what cost, though? At a lot of cost. Because those women see themselves, like, leaving everything they have. You can tell them, when they ask them, that's why those women don't even care. They're like, you know what, he's doing whatever I want to do, I don't care. Because they're at that point in their life, like, I didn't want to be here in the first place, so now I'm here, it is what it is.
One thing I know for certain, bro, try this topic, we shouldn't even be talking about this. If you're out there and you're doing arranged marriage for your daughter, you have to go back to 1900. Because, bro, in 2023, you're setting up arranged marriage. And one thing I know for certain is arranged marriage always comes with clause. There's always a substance
Sure.
associated to it. It's either the girl's family is indebted to the.
Yeah.
There's always something.
Something.
Why do you want to subject yourself
To that,
Okay,
yeah.
let me answer. I'm gonna answer you. The reason why I'm saying that is because I know. I want to say I know, like not like intimately, but I know of a couple families who have done arranged marriage, and I want to say 2 of them are not Nigerian. 2 of them are Indian. And because it's somewhat in their culture, I think they have some sort of caste system. It works. Like they came, because both of them come from the same culture, they understood that we're coming together because our parents know each other, right? They trust each other. No one is going to be doing juju's under something somewhere. No one is trying to take away someone's half of their money or whatever. It was just more of an understanding. So I'm not saying us as Nigerians have to do arranged marriage, but for the people who like to do, okay, this is my niece, this is my nephew.
I think it's based off 2 things, because arranged marriage still happens whereby 2 families come together.
Right.
With good thoughts though.
Mhm.
That this is my daughter, or I
Yeah.
want your son to be, she just finished college and I want your son for them to mingle. And they get to know each other, and if they like themselves, fine. If they don't like themselves, it doesn't work here. That's different from the ones that it's by fire, by force.
Yes.
And that's what we're talking about.
And
Sure.
And
Those
also,
like some Indian matchmaker.
yeah.
Well, some Nigerians do it too.
The Nigerians do too.
Yeah.
They do too on Instagram. They have, I'm in
Yeah.
Canada, I'm 30.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also we need to factor the fact that it works for some people,
But not everyone.
it works for some culture,
Yeah.
but I feel like the probability of like it working and it not working, it's really minute.
Let me ask you a question. Because I know people, I'm definitely not going to say names, but I know people who are maybe a little bit older than me, they're my senior, and they want to be married, but they're not married. Do you think arranged
Why?
marriage is good for
Why?
someone like that?
That person should go down to the drawing board and check deeply what are they doing that's not working. Bro, there's plenty women out there.
It's abundance.
Yes, there's an abundance of women out there.
But is there quality?
They're doing something wrong in their life that's not attracting those women to
It's
them.
also
Or
a mindset thing, because I'm now understanding the law of attraction.
Yeah.
And also to learning, again, what I said earlier about self-love and self-worth. When you truly start loving yourself, you attract the people that will love you the way that you're supposed to.
Sure.
You really have to, because I thought nothing was wrong with me, though. I'm like, guys, all these days, nothing is happening, all these useless men, what's going on? I literally have months working out, meditating, talking to friends,
Right.
and going through and seeing like, Joyce, you're not treating yourself right. You're looking for things of love from other people, and you're not doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
When you start deepening it deeper like that, you'll find more of the people that you've been wanting, they'll start coming to you.
Right.
And when you start thinking positively, the things that you've been manifesting will come faster than what you imagined.
Sure.
When you start thinking, oh, there's no men in the world, there's no women in the
Because I know a lot of
world.
people say that.
People say that, but you're pushing those people away.
Right,
When you
right.
start, the one moment you switch to go into a positive direction,
Yeah.
something that would took you 5 years will come in 2 days.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's look
I
at this
also believe
scenario
that there's
here.
power in the tongue.
Yeah.
Whatever you manifest,
Manifest.
you don't really
I want to
have
give an illustration here. Of course it does. Let's imagine a woman that her parents or a family forced her to get married, arranged a marriage, between her and maybe some dude, right? The guy is always someone who's richer, wealthy, well-to-do, and elite status, right? Probably hit it off, and a couple years, they like themselves. That's one of the scenarios. Now look at this scenario where you're forced to marry this person that you have no feelings for. You're indebted to this person for the rest of your life. You wake up, you sleep, you're seeing this same person. You're in a cage. Now imagine yourself as that woman looking at this person because you know you're going to be with this person for the rest of your life. You're not happy.
I agree with that.
That's why I'm so cross. I'm not cross. That's why when you talked about it, I said at what cost though, because it is a very expensive cost. A woman have to take herself and be like, I have to be with a man that I don't love. And then she has to birth children
For that person.
And then she goes through that process. You know how painful that is?
No,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't know what lights up.
Yeah.
But see, okay, so even with those arranged marriages, those years go by and by. The woman's going to wake up. We eventually, as women, we wake up when we're in that cell, in that cage. And it's going to be something different that man has never seen in his life
Yeah.
without
She
you.
will revolt.
She will
Yes,
revolt in a way that
always.
you
Yeah,
never,
yeah,
because you
she
don't
will.
know her.
Yes.
But you don't know how she goes.
I'm not. What you guys are saying is true, and I'm not saying I'm
Yeah,
for
but
arranged
listen,
marriage. No, I get you. But I do want to say
I'm not
something.
trying to teach you.
No, no, it's good, it's good. But I do want to say something
Yeah.
because I also do know of people who are like, oh, I found him in school, I found her at the
That's
market,
different.
and this and that. They got married on their own,
Yeah.
and they still ended up hating each other. Right? They still ended up making it
Oh,
not
sure.
hating.
It's a-
So
Yeah.
it's like arranged marriage, yes, like the two people in it are not really on the same page. I feel like depending on who the person or the people are, they'll figure it out. But the same can be for people who try and
I mean, like you said,
that's
I
the
feel like
thing.
the
That's
arranged marriage,
what you just said
Listen,
right now.
because
That's
the
to
thing-
tell you that love itself is hard.
Sure.
You have to put in the work, and now you're trying to put in the work with someone you don't even know. When even
That's
the
what
person that
makes
you already know, you've been
Right.
friends with that person for
There's
months
too
or
many
years,
things.
and then you end up getting married, and it's not even working.
So let me ask you, is anyone, well, I don't,
Hold on, let Kiki see.
Okay.
So like, I was trying to. So, just to side with what you were saying, the positive aspects of like arranged marriage, you have that compatibility there, like you have that understanding, and I think that that's why it will last as long as it will last, because both parties are coming together and saying like, I either like you or don't like you, but we can't find mates on our own.
Yes.
So we're coming together to
Right.
build a union together, and I think that's why it will last, because they both have that mutual understanding. But it can't be like what we were saying,
Yes.
based off of force,
Yes.
because then it just
It's not even
breaks
work.
down.
No,
it
even
breaks
in
down
the
the
animal
relationship.
kingdom. Either a lion, a peacock, a hen, they want their female. They would go, they would prove it, they would set their, they would do things that would attract that woman. So why can't you have all the skills, why can't you go and attract that one?
Yeah.
Must your father arrange? Do they do that shit? No.
Honestly, because for some of the people who are maybe
You find him and get sense.
for the people who are still single, right? For the people who are still single, right? If you know how dating is in 2023,
It's hard.
I know it's hard.
like it's calculus. Advanced. Advanced calculus.
You know, back then they always say, follow your heart.
Uh,
But this generation, I can't even say
Follow your heart.
all of
I
that-
don't know what to say. I can't tell you to follow your heart because sometimes the heart can be deceiving.
Yes.
And then you think that, oh, this is the person always because of his strange suggestions, like he likes him, and then you go there, you like, hey,
Right. See, they arrange
And you can see the effect of that in today's relationship, right? Because a lot of people met on social media,
Yeah.
you know, on dating apps, you know, and these are like kind of like arranged too, like, but it's not like arranged marriage. I'm just kind of it's synonymous to that, you know. Meanwhile, previous conversation of had traditional,
Right.
the traditional way where you go, you
Yes.
see your woman, you like her, you approach her,
Right.
you do everything possible for her to woo her.
Let me ask you this. For the
Men don't
woman,
wanna
you gave it to the men,
Okay.
because you gave it to the men, right? What about the women? For the women who are looking for their man to find them, some of these men are leaks, right? Some of the men are not approaching or finding these women that they want. So for
Right.
the woman, should she not do their arrange?
Do your research. I feel like
Why is the arranged the
I
only,
feel like every
the only
woman.
option?
It's another episode of Going Outside Your Race or going to another.
Yeah,
you know,
right,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm in a
Because there's abundance
relationship.
of different things.
I'm in a relationship with someone who's outside marriage, but that person has given me peace that I've
Of
ever.
course.
And I love doesn't doesn't have a race. It doesn't have or like the color of your skin. Love is just it's unique.
Right.
You don't have to be with. Just because I'm Nigerian, I have to be Nigerian.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You can find love in
Anywhere.
Right.
Get up and find it. Don't let your father do it for you.
But don't let someone come out and arrange it for you. Alright. So people don't trust that their family will help them? Like,
No,
what is it?
bro. Your father's taste.
Listen.
But your uncle's taste can never be your taste.
No.
That's not true.
My grandpa
It can never be.
My grandpa tried to do that recently, and I had to tell him to stop.
That's not true.
He's 90.
Yeah.
He's been waiting. He's literally waiting for me to marry so he can, go to
Right.
right? But when I went to Nigeria, he tried to hook me up with somebody, and the guy was based in Nigeria, and he was just wacko. He was my dad. My grandpa told me, oh, he's in IT like me. And he told me, oh, I just came from school, I'm just hustling with my nothing. And who wants to be with that? I want someone to grow with, someone I can build with. I don't want to struggle.
Deep
Yeah,
connection. Deep
I'm not
connection.
desperate. And also, too, like you said, I'm not desperate. I'm not trying to find who
Yeah.
Right.
I want to attract who.
Right.
Someone, when I've been finding it, I've been getting useless people.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Some people.
I'm not saying
I'm in a space now because I've done it so much the other way. I want to do it the new way where I just sit back and let fix me,
Yeah.
continue to grow and love me, and let those men.
If my father-
Is it one thing that's bringing
If my father arrange a woman for me, does he know that I like women that have shape like this, that
No.
talk like this, that farm? He does
He
not.
doesn't.
He does not know. Except I bring that woman to the house.
Right.
Then we
And
go.
then-
Because he's a different human being.
Yeah, everybody is different.
When you tell me
Yeah.
this,
I'm a different human.
Yeah.
No.
That's it.
My grandpa told me he gave me something that was completely different. I said,
you're saying you can tell him. You telling your father is also that therapy that you're telling yourself. Go out there. You yourself telling your father the description of the woman
Right.
that you want, right? Go outside. She's there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to go and look for that woman for you.
The last thing I was saying was that the reason why some people do arrange is because despite all of the challenges of trying to find, some people don't find it for themselves. So some people go that route, and then some people trust their dad, their mom, their family to say, you know what, let me make some calls. Okay, cool, I know this person. And sometimes
And even if
It's
you
an
want to
easy
find
way.
someone, the two people still have to come together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's
As
your
long as it's not one that you carry your hand
Right.
Now you did that marriage. Now you and that woman did that wedding. When you say your papa don't know you and they go through. Your mama don't know you and they go.
And so, no,
Now you speak to talk am so that they go hear am.
Alright, so we done.
They know that the man they beat 2 man for house.
No. But
Exactly. That's
alright, we good. For more DXR media content, follow us on our socials. More content's on the way.